now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost, and I just got to eliminate those interceptions.
The numbers for White a week ago: 16 carries, 57 yards.
It was a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
Huntley off of play action. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
They go play action with Huntley. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. They go with White on the counter. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Huntley gets it out wide quickly. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now. You talk about this Giant defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants, but his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Giants' first down.
Here's Jones on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. The numbers for him from a week ago. Now you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. DJ Jones in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
They just gave up a sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And they punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Huntley to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down. Here's Huntley now. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
A 4th down. Here's Jay Camarda on to punt for the Bucs. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass to toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And he can't escape, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. White again. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. Huntley now bootlegging it.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Huntley looks to throw.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. The Bucs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here's Huntley.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
1st down, here's White. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, they'll run with White.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, Huntley.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
On second down, here's Huntley.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Looking to throw here, Huntley.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Williams providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
Here's Jake Camarda now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Giants with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Now Jones. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing Jones. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
How about the show put out by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin with a trip up to Nashville. Washington on the road at Tennessee. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Sam Howell. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Breece Hall, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Not too much to show you in terms of scoring plays. In fact, there's nothing to show you. A scoreless tie here at the half. Both of these defenses have been outstanding thus far.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Jones now. Looking to throw on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now Jones throwing on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
We haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
At the Bucs' 18-yard line.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll go to Barkley again. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes a full 80 yards and 10 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Finding Otten once more. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Huntley. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Running out
out of the gun with White. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football, but right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Now back to the ground game with White. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They stay on the ground with White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 3.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd down and 3.
Here's Huntley. He completes it right side to White. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of a yard.
2nd and 9. They run straight ahead here with White. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Now a give to White. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11th. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. Huntley. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Jones, that's taken in by Okonkwo. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down, New York.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs.
Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Barkley inside handoff. Nifty. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big, or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And a dump off to White. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. To throw, Huntley. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Here's Huntley. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Huntley.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now Huntley. That's complete to Otten. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing on 1st and 10, Huntley.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Huntley's throw on target to Godwin here. And this is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now 2nd and 4. Huntley to throw.
And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it. And oftentimes...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And New York set to take the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was, well, you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some okay things. Not a lot of points on the board, but enough for the win with how their defense was playing in this one.
Yeah, they certainly brought their A game, didn't they? They weren't fooled by anything that was presented to them from start to finish. That defense, they might as well have told their offense, guys, just kick a field goal. We've got it today.
So for the Giants, they move back over 500 now at 6-5.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings. Yeah. Vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got game Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter. What's a 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up? Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days. What's a lame to a real one? Never leave the house without the...
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
Howell, first play, going to throw it.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
From the 29, here's second down and 3. Here's Howell.
Now a short one to Gesicki. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson.
17 carries, 59 yards.
I have to say, partner, their coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch and push for the top 5. So there's no doubt in my mind, we'll see them try to establish that ground game early and try and pick up an early lead.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Howell down to throw it.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. He'll look to set up his blockers. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6th-year quarterback.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Jones to throw on third down.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Start with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
The play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Howell trying to pick it up on third. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. And Howell will throw it.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
You talk about this Giant defense.
They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter.
Back to throw. Howell. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
What a methodical drive. This is turning out to be that time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
His throw incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation.
And you know what? These guys are
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Leonard Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead.
So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
And they currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at about the 14. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense set to take over. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
At the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Robinson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And less than a yard.
Throwing here, Howell.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Howell's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And once more, Howell back to the air.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Now they go play action with Howell.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Dexter Lawrence gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Howell.
And this is going to be incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Throwing, Jones.
Out route pass complete to Bellinger.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
3rd and 2.
Jones. He's caught on his sideline, but he's not getting the first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. This is taken at the 18.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here's Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts,
as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
The defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. DeAndre Swift with a rushing touchdown there. From there, we'll head west to check on the other team in the Keystone State, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. In that one, all even as they play the visiting Texans. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he is going to have the Giants first down. And they get it easily. A gain of 5 on 4th and 1.
And the Giants first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Down right around the 25. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line.
13 yards down to the 13.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Gano's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw, Howell.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
13 yards on the play. That's good for Washington.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now Howell. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, down at the 33.
And Howell will throw it.
Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 25, here's 2nd and a couple. Howell now to throw it.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And out of bounds right around the 20. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Now Howell.
And this will be incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
It's Howell with another throw. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Howell looking to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, it's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? Points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is now 17-3.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And the Giants ready to come out now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now Jones. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Jones throw brought in by Bellinger.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Giants.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. And just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now out come the Giants.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jones.
That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Throwing, Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
Just shy of midfield at the 49. They begin the drive with Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
3rd down and 6. Powell, he'll look to throw it.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Taken from just outside the 30.
A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Commanders,
it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.